For years, Tesla has been promising to deliver cheaper cars that could get more people hooked on EVs and boost its sales. On Tuesday, at long last, it did exactly that, rolling out its new lower-cost standard versions of the Model Y crossover and Model 3 sedan. What's changed? Are these cars a good deal? Why does this move matter to Tesla and to the wider EV market? So let's start with the cars themselves. The new Model Y Standard costs $39,990 before any fees. The Model 3 Standard will run you $36,990, making it one of the cheapest Teslas ever. Fundamentally, these aren't really new models, they're stripped-down trims of existing vehicles. Those higher-level trims are now called the premium models, while these are the standard ones. We've kind of known for a while that this would be the case, that these cheaper options would be something like rental car grade versions of the Model Y and the Model 3. What we didn't know is how much they'd cost and how exactly Tesla would decide to strip back features. The Model Y Standard loses the front and rear light bars of the premium model, so it looks significantly different from the outside. The Model 3 Standard, on the other hand, is indistinguishable from its more expensive siblings from the outside. Both models are rear-wheel drive. Both have less range than their more premium counterparts at 321 miles, according to the EPA. That's pretty darn solid, but less than other Teslas. They also don't charge quite as fast, maxing out at 225 kilowatts instead of 250. They're a good bit slower, also hitting 60 miles an hour in 6.8 seconds for the Model Y and 5.8 seconds for the Model 3, according to Tesla. Their interiors are a bit more basic too. In the standard models, you'll see fabric seats and no swanky wraparound ambient lighting. Both lose the small touchscreen for rear passengers and front seat ventilation. All of that was pretty expected, I'd say. But there were also some unexpected sacrifices made here too. The standard cars lack AM/FM radio, which is pretty unusual. The Model Y Standard's frunk is smaller, and Tesla ditched all the nice plastic cladding around it, so you see kind of unsightly naked interior bits. And this is the big one that might even be a deal breaker for a lot of people. These cars don't have basic autopilot, a feature that's been standard on Teslas for years. You get adaptive cruise control that reacts to the speed of traffic around you, but you don't get auto steer, which guides a Tesla within its lane. This is pretty notable since automated driving is so central to Tesla's identity, and this sort of lane centering comes standard on something like a base Toyota Corolla. You can buy full self-driving, Tesla's supervised driver assistance system that it says works in all conditions, but that costs $8,000. Auto steer comes free on other Teslas. Bottom line, these cars are about $5,000 cheaper than the previous entry trims, and they retain most of what makes a Tesla, but they also lose some key capabilities. Okay, so those are the cars. Now, why is Tesla doing this now? Tesla's been promising lower cost models for a long time. Years ago, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said that he wanted to make a $25,000 Tesla. That project was reportedly scrapped, and in its place, Tesla decided to use some of its existing platform to roll out some less expensive options. And Tesla needs that kind of car now more than ever. For the first time in over a decade, Tesla's global vehicle deliveries dropped in 2024. And unless it can pull off some kind of magic in the last few months of 2025, the same thing is going to happen this year. This company is facing a lot more competition now than it did even a few years ago. Cadillac has 5 EVs now. Toyota is upping its game with the new BZ and BZ Woodland. Hyundai has become a force to be reckoned with the fast-charging and stylish Ioniq 5 and Ioniq 9. On top of that, the $7,500 EV tax credit just expired last week. Tesla's instantly got more expensive, so the company needs to do something to keep demand up. Tesla's also trying to recover from the brand damage wrought by Elon Musk's involvement in right-wing politics. And on a very basic level, there's a reason the world's biggest car companies like Toyota, GM, and Volkswagen have dozens of models to choose from, not just a few. Toyota has like 25 models, so you can start with a Corolla and eventually move your way up to a Land Cruiser as your life changes. Whether Tesla actually wants to be a huge car company anymore is up for debate. It's been a lot more focused on humanoid robots and autonomous taxis these days. But if it does still want to do that, if it does still want to be a big deal car company like Toyota or Volkswagen, a deeper lineup with more models is 100% the way to go. Even if it doesn't, even if it wants to move exclusively toward AI butlers and robotaxis, it needs to keep selling cars to fund that expensive transition. Tesla says cheap robotaxis will be available next year, but its self-driving technology isn't nearly as proven as Waymo's is, for example, so it needs to do something in the meantime. That brings us to the big questions here. Will this current strategy actually work? Will the pricing and the feature set of these standard models help drive Tesla sales in a meaningful way? After the years of promises of a cheaper model and the sluggish sales, a lot of Tesla fans were actually quite disappointed by Tuesday's announcement. They expected something even cheaper and a lot more appealing. Tesla's share price dipped 4.5% on Tuesday, so Wall Street evidently wasn't too pumped about this either. And you can see why. These new models aren't actually that cheap, so it's not obvious that they'll drive the major sales growth Tesla needs right now. Even with a refreshed Model Y and Model 3 that came out over the last couple of years, not to mention the Cybertruck, Tesla's sales have been struggling. So it's tough to see how a decontented Model 3 and Model Y could drive Tesla's next phase of growth, especially when the premium models actually cost less than the standard models up until a week ago when the EV tax credit ended. The Model Y standard in particular seems like not a great deal, given all the stuff you lose. I suspect a lot of people will just pony up the extra $5,000 or $72 a month to get all the nice features of the premium model. The Model 3 standard, on the other hand, seems like a better choice. On a broader level, the EV market needs more affordable options. Tesla, despite being probably the best situated to sell a long-range, high-tech EV that's also cheap and profitable, hasn't done that. Not yet, at least. And for America's EV leader, the competition is only getting fiercer, especially when you look at the affordable options coming on the market. With the new Nissan Leaf hitting streets and the Chevy Bolt and Slate truck on the way, Tesla may need more than rehashed Model Ys and Model 3s to move the needle. But what do you think? Did Tesla miss the mark here, or are these cars exactly what it needed? Drop a comment below. Also, make sure to subscribe to the InsideEVs YouTube channel for more deep dives on the latest EV news.